Now we're going to solve or set up and solve a percent proportion from a word problem. Roman has 2 red pencils in his backpack. If this is 25% of the total number of pencils, how many pencils are in his backpack? So let's look at what our important numbers are here. So we have 2 red pencils, and we have that this is 25% of the total number of pencils. And then remember, we know that X is going to be the question that we're trying to answer. What is the question that the problem is trying to get us to answer? So we're trying to figure out how many pencils are in his backpack. So let's go ahead and get to a new screen real quick. So we have 2 pencils. It's 25%. And we want to know total pencils. So we had learned a rectangular method to solve this. Where we had 0%, 100%, 0, and our total. So now we just need to plug in where these numbers go and then create our proportion from here. So 2 pencils. Let's skip that for a second because there's always going to be one that you're like, where does that one go? So we'll come back to that one. So let's look at 25%. Well, if we're going from 0 to 100, I think 25% is going to be about right here. All right, so we've got that one. So then it's asking us how many total pencils do we have? So we have a total over here. We don't know what it is, so we're going to set that to X. So we now have 3 numbers. We've got 25%, or not 3 numbers. We've got 3 pieces of our puzzle. We've got our 25%, our 100%, our X. So that means we need to come back to this 2. And so we're going to put the 2 across from the 25%. Because it means that it is 25% of whatever our total number of pencils is. So then using this representation we have here, we can go ahead and fill in our blank proportion, and we literally just transfer everything the way we have it here. So if this is my 2 red pencils I have, I'm going to put that over my X because the 2 is over the X here. And then when I go over to my other side, 100 is always going to go in the bottom right hand corner here because percent actually means out of 100. So anytime we have a percent proportion, it's always out of 100. So we're going to have that 100 down in the bottom right hand corner. And so then above 100, we have our 25%. And that is our percent proportion. So now let's go ahead and solve this guy. Let's erase what we got over here. And I'm going to move him up here to give more room. So again, we're going to take this cross products. Oops, that was definitely not what I meant to do. Well, in for a buck, in for everything, right? All right, so we had 2 over X equals 25 over 100. So let's do our cross products. So again, we don't know what X is, so this just becomes 25 being multiplied by X. Bring down our equal sign, and then we're multiplying 2 times 100. So we get 25 times X. 2 times 100 gives us 200. And then again, this is multiplication here. So to undo multiplication, we divide. And what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. And we're going to get that X is equal to 8 pencils. And again, we can double check our work. If we go ahead and substitute in for X, so instead of doing 2 over X, we'll do 2 over 8 equals 25 over 100. So if I do 2 divided by 8, we get 25%, or 25 hundredths. And when we do 25 divided by 100, we get 25 hundredths. So we did solve this correctly.